And welcome along and welcome back to OakHill, and we're starting off with something a little bit worrying today. This is field 61. It is planted with rye, and we've got a bit of a problem on here. 61, 73, 74 and 31 are all in really early stages of growth. I mean, just germinated first stage growth stuff. All of our other fields are coming along nicely. The trouble we've got is this is late summer, and yeah, we are late summer for rye. We are only 3 days away from our window closing. Well, no, we're 6 days away from our harvest window closing for the rye, and I think it's about the same for the canola here. Yeah, so we have, oh no, actually, cotton, no, canola. So yeah, canola harvest window closes in 6 days time, and our fields are nowhere near grown to a level where we can expect to be able to harvest them. So this is worrying. We look like nearly half our fields are going to fail in this first year. Our other fields are actually looking pretty good. If we have a look over here, we can see our potatoes are growing nicely. We've got a good pH value and a good nitrogen value on there, actually. And over here, we've got an okay pH value, and nitrogen is good. So it's our other fields are absolutely fine. Our 2 fields of soybeans, I think that is. So our 2 fields of soybeans are doing well, our 2 fields of potatoes are doing well, and our 2 fields of corn are all growing well, so we should be able to harvest all of those. But yeah, our 2 grain crops are not doing well. I suppose actually canola isn't a grain crop. But that is not doing well either. So yeah, it's a little bit worrying. What we're going to do today, though, it's late summer. We have skipped forward a couple of days, and the Massey Ferguson 7615 is where we're going to start. We need to get the mowers on it, and we need to head out and start cutting our grass fields. They have regrown. Oh, let's not block in our forage wagon, because we're going to need that later. So we'll put our weight over this side, and yeah, I'm going to get my mowers on here, and we're going to head out, and we're going to go and cut fields 116 and 117 and 71. So the reasoning behind using this tractor for the mowing, our 7615, is because this tractor is more powerful than our smaller one, only by about 15 horsepower, but it does have the extra power. But also, it has extra power when it comes to using our forage wagon. So the forage wagon is, let's line ourselves up. I want to get the edge of the field here because of what we're going to do afterwards. But our forage wagon needs to line up nicely with, or needs good power on these hillsides, so we can't actually, so we need to use our slightly more powerful tractor. It's still slow, but it's not as slow as the other. I'm going to try and keep to the edge here because we want to send our next tractor round. Actually, no, it's not too bad. What we're going to do is we're going to course play the next field. So as I want to give this as good a shout as possible, we will get this field cut first. We'll then set this on course play on 117, and we will we'll come and row this up to get it done. We are looking at having well, actually, we're looking at a really good harvest off here at the moment. If you look at this, that's a really good cut we've had so far. We've got solid green as opposed to previously when we had yellow all around the field. So we're looking at having a really good cut, a really good harvest off here, and that's actually a pretty big increase. Let's go into precision farming screen here, and we'll have a look at the difference between our previous harvest here, which is in the yellow, and our current harvest. So the previous harvest was getting is it a 90%? Yeah, so 85 to 90, 95% at the top of the field. We are now pulling a solid 125%. So that is a massive increase. It's nearly 1.5 times what we had before. So as a result, we're looking at getting a massive amount extra grass off here this time. And that should mean that we're going to have more grass, so we're going to have more going into the silo, and we're going to make more money. The increased yield on this field is impressive. I was kind of hoping that we might be able to get 200,000 litres of grass silage off these 3 fields. They were, they are looking, they're looking good to have been properly limed and fertilized. We could smash that with this. We could even go maybe as high as 250,000 litres off these 3 fields if this increase in yield holds across them. Now, 116 and 117 are both loam fields, or have both loam soil on them, so we're expecting a good increase on it. 71 is I think is sandy loam, and isn't quite as good, so I'm not expecting quite such a high increase on the yield on that field. But it still should be an increase. It should still be better than we have now. Yeah, that'd be good. I should also speak a little bit about Maize Plus on here, because we are running Maize Plus on this map fully. It is what we're doing at the moment is we're getting standard grass out. We're getting that out because even though the wet crop icon is on, we are drying this grass out a bit with the conditioners that are on these mowers, and I'll show you how to identify a mower with conditioner if you're looking to use that with Maize Plus, because specifically the mower that we have on the back here is not listed as a conditioner mower in the shop. You have to but it does work as one, and there is a specific bit that is part of the mower that means that you can do that and use it as such. Look at the yield on this field though. This is just incredible. But yeah, if you're not using a non-conditioner mower, which was what was happening on the northern coast, you need to TED it before it dries to this. You then need to TED it again to get it to dry grass, and then in seasons you just need to leave it to dry. And in this, if you're not doing a seasons game with Maize Plus, then you'd need to TED it one final time to get it to turn to hay. So we're not interested in hay on here. We're trying to keep the grass actually as wet as possible. Grass will go into the silage. So grass, how we have it now, will go into the silage. Grass that is listed as wet grass that is darker than this, that will not go into your silage bunker. It will wrap and turn into silage that way, but yeah, it won't go into a silage bunker. So that is something you do have to be careful of when using Maize Plus. If you're not using a conditioning mower, you want to make sure that anything you plan grass-wise to put into your silage clamps is at least this dry. I think you can put dry grass in, and at the rate we've got the drying going on today, I think we're actually going to end up with some dry grass on one or more of these fields. Right, let's lift that up and fold that. We're going to send this now on course play on the next field. Before I do that, I do just want to show you guys, we're going to jump out the tractor at the top here, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about with the mower conditioner. So it is, I stop here and jump out, If you've got a mower and you've got the mower conditioner like this, is what that spiky bit on the inside of there. You'll see it on this, and you can see it. I think we can see it on the inside. Yeah, you can see it at the back on the inside of this. If your mower has that in game, that should work as a conditioner. I do know that some mods have to have their a small tweak made to them to make their function mower conditioner, or a conditioner mower. Yeah, in general, if you got the spiky bits, you've got a conditioner mower. So let's get into here, and we're going to set this field, as I said, doing on course play. So course generation, field 117. Working with, we want to enlarge this. Now this is where you have to be careful, because we need to unfold the rear. It only goes on one of these mowers. So we've had this before where we've needed to unfold the mowers first, and then we can set the width and everything for this based on that. So we come from above. We switch to the back mower, and I want to set my width, which is here. Now if I go like that, you can see it doesn't recognize it at all. So what we do is we expand that to 6, and then we want a vehicle offset. Now that is here. So we've got the vehicle horizontal offset. So we want to move that across, and we want to move that across to the other side. Make sure that covers, but make sure it covers both the back and the front. So we've got a 1 meter offset. That is good for the back and the front. Sometimes difficult. There we go. Right. Let's get as high above as we can and try that. So. Right, I think that is probably, yeah, so 1 meter left offset. Now we can generate the course. So we don't want to alter anything else. We are field 117, starting direction automatic. Headlands, I'm going to give it 3. Clockwise, headland passes first. Turn in the corners, and we want it to just do up, down. So let's go with that. Generate me a field course. And there you are. So that should work fine there. Head back. Back it up a little bit so that it's in this corner. And then first waypoint, and away it goes. And that is now going around and cutting our field. And should be good. We're going to keep an eye on it though, just in case. Meanwhile, we're going to head over to our other tractor, which is this one. This is our Massey Ferguson 6614. We want to drop the front loader off of this because we don't need that. We do want to get the weight, put the weight on the front as well. Doesn't make much difference, but it is something we... Well, it just offsets the tractor a little bit. Or actually, no, we'll just drop it here. We've got rear weights and everything on it as well. So, down with that. And drop that off there. Nice and neat. And then over here is our windrower. So I'm going to hook that up, and we'll get this out to the field. So out to this field now, and I'm going to unfold this little Pottinger or Pottinger windrower, and you can see it's almost a perfect width for our mowers. This I love this little windrower. So we should be able to basically stick where we were here, turn on, drop down, and away we go, and be able to basically keep in our rows that we had earlier, and get this all done. Rowing this up shouldn't take us too long. It's going to take us about as long as it took us last time, I think, or it took us to mow this. And we're already getting some pretty big swaths out the back of this, actually. Look at that. That is an impressive grass swath we're getting. So we'll collect all this. We'll collect all this up into the rows, and hopefully by the time we've finished this job, we should have our other field finished. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Sometimes the vehicle control add-on just slows my tractor down for no reason at all. But yeah, we'll get this all swathed up, and by that time, hopefully our mower will be finished on 117, and we can go and get this collected and see how much we have in this field. One thing I really like about this little Potinger windrower is the fact that the windrows, the actual combs, lift really high. So if you've got a high set of windrows like we have here, what happens is they actually lift above, and unless you place them down on a windrow like I did just then, they don't actually interfere with anything you've done before. And there are lots of them in the game that if you don't have, they don't lift as high as this one. You do end up with that problem where you get just little bits of headland rows thrown all over the place. So it makes things just that little bit easier when you're moving things about. Now our other tractor has finished on the other field, so I'm going to go and get that off of there in a minute. And just stop that and bring it back to the yard so that we can then get it set up with the forage wagon. And then hopefully it won't take us too much longer to get this field rowed up. And then we can start getting all of this wonderful grass down into the down into our silage clamps down at the BGA, and see if we can top how much we have already got out of this. Our last couple of rows, and then we'll be finished rowing this field up. We have, yeah, look at the size of these windrows. There is a lot of grass here, and that's really good news. That is going to help us no end with the amount of money we keep going through on a daily basis, and that's why we have to get this grass done, and have to get 3 loads of grass off it each time we can. 3 times a year, 3 cuts, all going to silage. Is worth about 100 and I think we worked out it's probably worth about 100-ish thousand to us with our other stuff. You can see our other field has actually, as it was cutting, the grass has dried, and I have got the forage wagon onto the back of the 7615. So we're going to get this up here, and I've left the mowers there because we do have one more field to cut. But if the grass is drying, and with the amount of time it's taking us, because it is 1:45 in the afternoon here, it's good. There's something funny about this. So let's get this going, and I've got one more bit to show you. This is a bit more simple than we had with the mowers. So course generation, we want field 117, automatic starting direction, 3 headlands, clockwise headland passes smooth, up, down, generate me a course. There we go, and we can set this off going. But it looks like the mowers had a little bit, I mean the mowers left a couple of spots as well, but it looks like the mower had a little bit of trouble around here. Or Courseplay did its usual derpage, because this happened. Up through here, through this hedge, up past this, towards my caravan. Now, I don't know if he was trying to head back to me or what it was, but yeah, quite why that's done that, I don't know. And we might try and get that picked up with the forage wagon later. But for now, we're going to head over here. We're going to jump in to this tractor, our 7615, and get started on this. So we want to clear that off. Oh, clear that off. And start this up. Now, I think, yeah, I don't have that connected. There we go. And we sort of sidle in on this side here. How much are we going to get off this field is going to be interesting now. But only one way to find out. Let's get collecting up the silage, and we'll see when we get a full trailer. About 1 1/3 rounds of the field looks like it's going to be where we get our first full trailer. We are at 100% now. That is brilliant. So we can come straight out of here, go straight up to the thing, and you can see, actually, you can see our corn is doing well over there. But yeah, we're full off that. We need 5 full trailers to hit 200,000 liters. To be getting our first full trailer at this point is really, really encouraging. So we're going to go head up and tip this, and we'll see how many more loads it takes us to complete this field. But this at the moment, massively encouraging. Coming to the end of the pickup on field 116, it is amazingly, it's 10 to 8 at night in game. It has been a long old trek. We have done, this is our 4th load here, so we're coming up to 160,000 liters off just this field alone. We're actually about 10,000 liters short of that, so 150,000 liters off this field, which is crazy. I mean, that is a huge amount off here. In fact, that is more. We've this field alone, we have more silage off this single field than we had of all 3 fields last time, which is just nuts. You can see here how slow this is on these hills. I'm very much considering maybe upgrading this tractor after the first harvest to an 8 series from this 7 series, and see if we can get a little bit better power on the hillsides and things with that. It might be worth just the next time hiring one for a little bit, giving it a test, seeing if it works, because look at the speed on this. 3 miles an hour up these hills is just harsh. So I've finally made it into this field. What we're going to do is get this started up, dropped down, and I'm going to complete this trailer full, and head up, and we'll just keep tipping this grass into the BGA. It's going to be a fairly late finish, but I think we're going to hit 200,000 liters off just these 2 fields, and then some. And then we've got a field 71 to get cut later. So yeah, we'll see how many liters we've got off this, or how many thousand liters we've got off this in a bit, and see how late it is we end up finishing, because yeah, this is a long one. It's turned to midnight, and the grass that we cut earlier has turned to hay. There's nothing we can do about it. We've got another. Can we pick the rest of this up? We've got a load of grass in here. I don't know if we can pick this up or not. I think not. I think it's gonna say no, this is hay. Let's try it. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's midnight. It's turned to hay. We can't pick that up. Nope, we can't pick that up at all. So we have got another 25,000 here. I'm pleased we didn't cut all 3 fields at once. But yeah, that is, I think in future, the way I'm going to have to do it on these fields, especially if we're midsummer like this, It's not so much when we have bad drying days, but this was a good drying day. What we'll have to do is leave it and end up cutting, rowing, and collecting a field, and then cutting, rowing, and collecting the next one. Down at the BGA, let's find out how much we've managed to get in total off here. I have a feeling we may be able to sell the hay directly into the BGA, so I might try that next time, and see if we can make a little bit off that. We won't make as much as if we'd got it as silage, but we should make something. Let's just reverse this up here, unload it, and then we can see how much is in this silage camp. I think we have passed 200,000. I'm hoping we've passed 200,000 off these two fields, because that would be brilliant. The other field we should get down to 200,000 in total, if we're lucky. Come on, there we go. Rest of it out. And we've got like 1 litre left. There we go. That is all out. How much is there in here? 224,000. There we go. Of 2 fields. That is a massive improvement over the last yield and the last cut. So we're going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.